Okay, so what I wanted to show you was Katie Cowley's project-based learning website that she created in Google Sites, the same program that we're using. So basically this is a website that she developed in an ed tech class, and she made one of her links here, the project-based learning sort of like pages within her site. And so all of these here are sort of links to them. So here we have her blog. We have another website that's just for project-based learning. We have a wiki here. It's called Wiki Spaces. We have a survey in Survey Monkey, and then there's a how-to video for using screencast-demo.avi, which is what I'm using also here. She might have used a different program, but the one I'm using is called screencast-demo.avi. And then she had a rubric as well. So basically this is how she created those links that I've listed as criteria in yours. And let's just track those really quickly here. So she has her blog here. It's in Blogspot. And this is her final entry. It's the final reflection. And finishing up, that's her last entry. She has an entry on creating a photo album, which is one of the things I'm asking you to do. Here's her information on a screencasting, which I'm asking you to do. Here is her information on Survey Monkey, creating a survey and doing a rubric, building a rubric in Rubistar, and a couple other starting points that she had. Okay. So then she created, so this is sort of her like page where she linked a lot of things to from the beginning, but she also created a site just for her project. So let's go to that. And what she did was use a template within the Google Sites website creation tool. And I think this one was called Classroom. So when you go create a new site, she picked the one that's called Classroom, and her colors and everything don't look the same because she changed the theme of it, even though the Classroom templates are sort of create a navigation of their own, and she just filled in the different pages. That's what I sort of asked her to do. So what you have here on the side in the navigation bar on the left, you have the project sketch, which is a basic outline of your project overall, and that's discussed in the book. There's an About Me page right here, so it just gives a little bit about her background. There is a class announcement page, and what she did with all these links was just fill in some announcements or assignments, almost like a to fill in all the boxes of the template. So she sort of did it in a anticipating what you might be doing. So here's the announcements. Here's a class calendar, which basically is a Google Calendar embedded into the website. That's an easy thing to do. And then you have a link here on the left, class photos. And what you have to do to create this slideshow, it's an embedded slideshow, and you basically create a photo album in Picasa, and then especially for a place in a website, and then you embed that particular slideshow that you create into your page in Google. And I'll show you how to do that later. So then there's a contact me page, which is just sort of her personal information. So if you're doing a project with parents and students, they know how to contact you, and so that, which I think is a good thing. Now in our case, you don't have to put your real information in there if you don't want to, but have some sort of contact page, even if it's like a dummy kind of information. Extra credit. This page isn't really necessary, but it's part of the template that she used, so she just filled in something. Forms and docs. This is part of the template also, so it's built in as a navigation, as one of the navigation pages. I don't know how to recreate this if you don't use this template, but you can see what the purpose is here. It's basically some of the forms and documents related to the projects. They could be blackline masters, they could be worksheets, they could be documents for information, they could be maps of like where to go on a field trip and everything, and permission slips and everything for field trips. You could have everything you need in one section called forms and docs, and you could probably design it in a different way where they're just downloadable here. In her case, the view buttons here enable you to see that particular document. But I think in the template there's also a view and download button. So if this is something that you wanted to recreate, you could just sort of attach the documents, and it's very easy to do that part. Not in this particular layout. Group of the week is not a necessary thing for this project, for your project, but it's part of the template, and so she just filled in some information. Homework assignments. I recommend you have a page that's related to homework, whether hers again is in a template form, and so she just filled in some potential homework assignments related to her project. This template also has a poll feature, so she filled in some information here that's related to her project as a way to get familiar with how the poll feature works. So she did it on what your favorite restaurant is, and then the students would answer the questions, and then the results go into, I think, a spreadsheet into Google Docs, which is kind of cool. A reading list is just a list of the things that you would be using in your classroom for as reading assignments. She just filled in her textbook. Useful links. This is something that you need because you have to build sort of a bank of useful websites that are related to your project, and so I'm asking you to come up with some that are related to what you're doing. Word of the week is not something that is needed. It's just part of the template, and you don't need it in your particular project. But if you use this template, the same template that she used, all of these structures will be built in already, and you just have to fill in information that's related to your particular project. And then she had a meet your teacher kind of just a picture of her in the sidebar there. Okay, so that is the basic layout of her website, and so I'm asking you to do most of the things that she has in here, and maybe a couple more, a couple different ones. For example, I think she has in here somewhere a PowerPoint embedded. I'm not sure where it is. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's she put it into her homework assignments section, but you could put it into your own, like a separate page itself. But here is the PowerPoint that, an example of a PowerPoint. You can have any kind of PowerPoint, but I just want you to learn how to embed one so that it looks just like that. And so as you can see, as you click through the arrows here, the PowerPoint advances. Okay. It's kind of a limited kind of tool, but it's just something you should know about. Okay, so that's her website there. Let's see if we can get back to her other one. I have to just type it in here. Okay, so that's her Google Sites website, and then she created one, a wiki in Wikispaces. So this is just something that you should know about, and I'm asking you to create a wiki. Remember, a wiki has a little bit different function than a blog. It's editable by everyone that you give permission to, so you can give your whole class permission. And just like our wiki, the structure of our wiki in our course, anybody can edit it, and the idea is that everyone edits on one document or contributes to one particular site instead of all their individual ones. So it's a little bit different function. I've used Wikispaces before, so that could be one you use. You could use your own. What else we have? SurveyMonkey is just one of the many free survey tools. I'm asking to create some sort of template, some sort of mock survey so that you learn how to create a survey, whether it's SurveyMonkey or some other one. So she did one here for types of restaurants that students might like, because her project dealt with designing a restaurant. And so you see her questions here. What's your favorite meal? How do you feel about desserts, etc. SurveyMonkey's the tool she used. Then you need to create a screencast. I think she used screencast.com, which I haven't used before, but it might be sort of a free 30-day trial kind of thing. And so she did it on how to create a survey in SurveyMonkey.
Now you are on the main page of SurveyMonkey. So you're going to click on either it's free or sign up for free. You are going to...
So what she did was use a screencast tool, recording tool. You record the whole screen, just like I'm recording this screen, and it's basically like a tutorial or a how-to video. And then the other thing I'm asking you to do is create a rubric related to your project, and she used Rubistar, which is an online rubric creator. Here it says I need to be logged in, so I don't really have her log in, obviously, and she would have her own, but I remember her rubric was related to her project. Okay, and then besides that, there's a few other things, but that's basically gives you an idea of how the navigation went on her website.